Texas League Baseball is next. And a good Friday night, everybody. We welcome you into our live broadcast here in South Texas. And now here's a voice of your San Antonio Missions, John Baker. Well, thank you, Bob. Good evening, everybody. We'd like to welcome you into this Friday night live broadcast here in the AA Texas League. It is the fourth game of our six-game set between the visiting Midland Rockhounds and your Flying Chanclas de San Antonio. Well, I gotta say, tonight is $2 Friday night Dr. Pepper night, as $2 Dr. Peppers are all night long, presented by our great friends there at Dr. Pepper. Series continues tomorrow evening at 7:05, and after the game, sit back, relax, and enjoy the best fireworks show, courtesy of our friends there at West Creek Trail Rides and Dr. Pepper. Final meetup of the year of these two ball clubs will conclude Sunday evening at 7:05. Day weekend continuously. Missions are off on Labor Day. They hit the road taking up on the North Division on the Tulsa Drillers starting Tuesday through Sunday next week. Missions back home on Tuesday night, September 10th, as it'll be the first game of six against the visiting Springfield Cardinals, AA affiliation to the St. Louis Cardinals. I've got to say, pretty good on that. Well, we'd like to welcome you into our pregame show, and I'm joined in the booth by my partner, Bob. Good evening, Bob.
Good evening, John. Thank you for having me.
Well, what a night it was last night, right, Bob? We got to see a disappointing loss for San Antonio, even though we were in extra innings.
Yeah, I got to say, John, pretty much the manager for San Antonio was not happy on what he saw. Evidently, there was a double play. The game's still a 2-1, and the guy coming to second got off. They picked off the guy at first, and then the guy at home plate. They got two in a row, and that's what ended the ball game.
And it sure did. Well, evidently, I bet they got a good talking to in the clubhouse about how they should run their plays, and pretty much that manager was not happy at all. He was plumly upset about the whole ordeal, and I think I would be too. But anyway, tonight's a new night. We're going to put that night behind us, and we got another great evening worthy of some baseball. Well, after tonight, we are 2 games more against Midland, and so far after that, we are 6 on the road as we take up on the Tulsa Drillers on Tuesday through Sunday next following week there at DCJ Field. We're back home 2 weeks from today taking on Springfield, and we'll say we have a pretty good season finale. But that's not all we're going to be giving y'all, as we have the Texas League playoff rounds. Bob and I are going to be leaving San Antonio, and we're going to be somewhere. I mean, whether Frisco or Springfield, I mean, that's just pretty good on that.
Well, I think that we would choose Frisco because they are a Texas League South Division, and we are part of the South here in the Texas League.
Yeah, that is right, Bob. And pretty good on that as well. Well, our 2 teams, Frisco and Springfield, have taken the first half of the Texas League season, so they got their tickets approved as pretty much the Rough Riders and Cardinals are the first 2 Texas League ball clubs to clinch a playoff spot in the rounds.
Yeah, I got to say, John, and it is really good too. But the question is, who is our second place winners
for the South and North? Well, that is to be determined, Bob. They haven't decided on that, but evidently uh, Sunday, September 15th, as we take on our last regular season home game, uh, there might be a decision. Okay, so we're going to keep that in mind. Yep, we sure are. Well, I will say this will conclude our pregame show, and we're about ready for some Friday night Labor Day weekend baseball as we get things going. This broadcast brought to you in part by West Creek Trail Rides, best horse riding spot in all of San Antonio. We got to make these guys number one. We're going to be shouting them out every day in our homestands and in next year as we start up our 3-game set against Amarillo starting Friday, April 4th, 2025, which that is going to be pretty good. So yeah, that will be our short 3-game homestand as we commemorate opening day 2025. I can't wait. Yeah, I can't wait either, John. I'm super stoked about a new season. For all of us here in the Texas League, we're looking forward to another great baseball season. That is for sure, Bob. Well, we're just moments away. First pitch coming up. And this one brought to you in part by West Creek Trail Rides. Right off of 151 and 1604. You're going to go off Wiseman and find a road called West Creek Oaks Drive and the ranch on your right-hand side. You can't miss it. It's right down there. Tell him Jonathan sent you. Yeah, because you're the one who's the back guide, right? I sure am. And I have a pretty good partner, too, named Picani. Yeah, you showed me some photos of you and him. We're pretty good as well. Yeah, it sure is, Bob. Well, anyway, we'll be right back right after our Texas League commercials. And this one brought to you in part by West Creek Trail Rides. Take it away, Bob. Well, thank you, John. And so far as John mentioned, that West Creek Trail Rides is the best horseback riding place in all of San Antonio. $50 horseback trail guided trail ride by the front guide and the back guide. John is usually the back guide. That is for sure, yes. And they can't wait to see you come up and have a good time. Well, they got 25 horses on that ranch, right? Man, they sure do. So anyway, visit www.westcreektrailrides.com and book your ride for just $50. Or come by the ranch, we'll get you taken care of. And military members will get discounts on your trail rides. You get a $10 off when you come and get your ride. And that means you'll only pay $40, so that's not bad at all. Yeah, that is for sure, Bob. Well, about ready to go as we have a beautiful evening of baseball, so we're going to jump right to it on this beautiful Friday night. So back here with the first pitch coming up right after our first commercial break. Left-hander Omar Cruz gets the ball from the manager as he will be the first pitcher for San Antonio to get things going. What do we know, Bob? Well, he's got a 4-seam fastball, curveball, changeup, 2-seam fastball. Well, he's going to try to get things done here tonight for the Missions. Shortstop Drew Swift is coming aboard now as we are about ready to go on this Labor Day weekend. 3 magic words. Let's play ball. First pitch by Omar Cruz down and in. 1 ball, no strikes. Sun out Temperature-wise, 92 degrees here this evening. A lot of great fans piling in, taking their seats, getting their tickets scanned. That one is fouled off, and it's 0-2. Got to welcome our viewers here on YouTube Live. Hello there, everybody. Happy Friday. Labor Day as well. Here's a 1-1. That is chopped foul, and that is 1-2 the count. I do apologize about the 0-2 count. I thought it was 0-2, but home plate umpire Jeff Andrews has to give me a little help every now and then. Still hanging on, 1 ball and 2 strikes the count now. Now, I will say, reading his fingers, that is really good as well. 1-2 to the shortstop Swift. That one is outside, and it's 2-2. Boy, that one really got away right there, John. Yeah, it sure did. 2 balls, 2 strikes to pitch. That one is lifted right there. Line drive up the center field in front of Joshua Mears. And that's a no-out single for Midland. Boy, I tell you one thing, John. They come in and they unclutch hitting. That's the first hit for Midland. And they're coming in unglued, so we'll see what happens. Right fielder Clark Elliott striding up now. Ready to go. The pitch. That one is chopped foul, high and inside. And that is a souvenir for somebody out there in left field. So pretty good, and so far give you ball clubs here tonight. Midland at San Antonio. Tulsa at Corpus Christi, Arkansas at Amarillo, Frisco at Northwest Arkansas, Springfield at Wichita. Pretty good right there. There's your ball clubs for this evening. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Get him on a curveball, and that is a strikeout to Omar Cruz. As he gets the second man up, Clark Elliott for out number 1 on Midland. That one is fouled off as Jack Winkler will come in the ball game. No balls and 1 strike the count. 1 out, 1 on. Top of the first for Midland as we're just getting underway of tonight's ball game. 0-1. That one fouled off, and it's 0-2. Got a beautiful evening here, right, Bob? Gotta say, just a few clouds, sun is out, temperatures at a comfortable 92. That for sure. Hit high in the air, and that's foul, so that's a souvenir. Got great crowds coming in, even fans drive from Franco Park. And that's going to be right there. The shortstop deader, that done. They get Taco Bell double play. That ends the inning. No runs on a hit, no errors, and nobody left on for Midland. And now head to the bottom of the first inning. San Antonio up next to bat. Well, back here with more as we lead off the bottom of the first for San Antonio when we come back. About ready for the first inning for San Antonio right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, right-hander Grant Holman getting the call for the mound from Midland. What do we know, Bob? 4-seam fastball, 12-6 curve, slider, splitter,
Boy, he's got everything man-made for him as he gets this one going.
Leading off for the bottom of the first for San Antonio, left fielder Corey Howell. Boy, takes that one in for a strike. It's 0-1. A gorgeous evening as it was yesterday, even though thunderstorm chances are high throughout this Labor Day weekend. That one's right there, up to right. Boy, he had to hustle to get that one. And that is out number 1. Right fielder Marcos Castellon coming in now. Final night in this homestand with the Flying Chanclas. Tomorrow evening being back to normal as San Antonio being in their normal mission gear. No balls, 1 strike to Castellon. Here's the pitch. That's a swing and a miss right there. The count now 0-2. Oh, and 2 the delivery. That is up the middle and caught by the center fielder for out number 2.
The center fielder, Joshua.
Center fielder is Joshua Mears. He comes in. Ready to go. Few clouds up the left to center field areas. Well, wind. Wind blowing from left field tonight.
Yeah, it sure is, John. That flag is going from left to right. It's just pretty good.
Ball, 1 strike.
That one is far and outside, 1-1. 1-1.
Ball, that's
Outside. And that's a 12-inch. Outside, 2-1 now. 2 balls, 1 strike to Joshua Mears. Mears was really good through this series.
Yeah, he sure was, John. And through last week up in Frisco, he did pretty good.
Hopped up to first. And that's the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors for San Antonio. We head now to the top of the second inning. No score through 1. About ready to go as we head to the top of the second for Midland. When we come back, and no score.
Top of the second inning for Midland right now on the Missions Baseball Network.
Well, Danny Batista Jr. stepping in for the Rockhounds as we get ready for this half inning. That one is hit high in the air. Left fielder Howell is camped under, makes the play, out number 1.
Well, I thought he was going to lose that ball right there.
And now is Junior Perez as he comes in now. That one is hit foul. It's 0-1. Boy, pretty good night for Amarillo. They lead 2-0 against Arkansas. They are top of 4. That one fouled off, and it's 0-2. Here's the pitch. Shot foul, still hanging on. Still 0-2. Well, Bob, I did say that we saw something on KSAT about the $160 million baseball stadium that they're going to build for San Antonio. Yeah, I don't know, John. They keep deciding, oh, well, there's going to be a baseball stadium there. I don't know. I'm getting overly confused at KSAT 12. Yeah, me too. No wonder they report fake news. They don't keep their promises. Yeah, shame on them. TJ Schofield Sam coming in now for Midland. The 0-1. That is right there and in for a strike. It's 0-2. You know, I got to say, Bob, whether or not we do get a new stadium, we're still keeping this one until we get a brand new one. Right there to center field, Mears makes a terrific catch out in his post area, and that is out number 2. Brian Bovias coming in now. 2 away, runner at first. Pretty good here tonight. Pitch right there and in for a strike. It's 0-1. So yeah, it's one promise after another, but evidently it's a failed promise as City of San Antonio. Oh boy, that looks like it's out of here. And 2-run shot for Midland as they get a 2-runner by Brian Bovias. 2-0 Rockhounds. As now they'll lead San Antonio ahead of 2. Boy, and that was right inside the money right there. Up to the left field foul pole on that one. Sahid Valenzuela coming in now as he'll take a strike inside. It's 0-1. You know, I mean, they said April 2028 San Antonio would have a brand new downtown baseball stadium, and we would be debuting our first ever game in there. Yeah, I know, Bob. But evidently there's just some things that may not be true. I mean, KSAT 12 told everybody, oh, you know, there might be a delay, there might not, or this or that, I don't know. But hopefully they'll build us a brand new ballpark, and that way we could get started in 2028 when we do reach that year. That'd be pretty good. Well, 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and no one left for Midland. Bottom half of 2 coming up. It's 2-0 Rockhounds. As we head to the bottom of the second, Michael De La Cruz coming in for San Antonio when we come back.
Well, we're about ready to start off the bottom of the second inning for San Antonio right here on the Missions Baseball Network. Michael De La Cruz coming in as we start up inning number 2 for the home side. 4, 5, and 6 due up. That one is lifted high in the air. Right field near the warning track makes the play into center as that is out number 1.
Batting fifth, the third baseman,
Third baseman Graham Polly stepping in now as he's ready to go. Bats in the left-hand side of the batter's box. He's ready to go, and that one is outside but called for a strike. It's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to the count now. Swing and a miss, and that's the count now 0-2. Starting to see a little shade as we have a little clouds.
Well, that's okay as long as it's a beautiful evening out here, John. We have no problem.
Yeah, that's for sure, Bob. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Outside, 2-2. 1 away, nobody on. Bottom of the second as Midland leads 2-0 against the Missions. That one's right there. Again, fouls it off. It's 2-2, still hanging on. 2-2. Outside, full count now, 3-2. On deck is Kai Murphy, the designated hitter. That is foul and still hanging on. 3 balls, 2 strikes to count. Here's the pitch. Fouled off again, still hanging on.
Boy, that's a couple fouled off balls that third baseman Polly was really lit after. But there you go, ball 4. He held up. And now San Antonio getting the tying run. And that's the designated hitter, Kai Murphy, coming in for San Antonio.
And that one is gone! Blistered! Holy mackerel! That is gone! Kai Murphy. He gets one right up the center, and he is a bomb or a firecracker, and they'll tie up the ball game.
Jiminy Christmas, John. He blistered that one so good.
Yeah, he sure did. Amazing when you think about how far that one was. 418 foot, 102.1 in that one. 7-hole spot. Ouch, Lucas Dunn gets drilled.
Oh, man. I bet that guy hates losing a 2-run shot and drills a second baseman Dunn.
Yeah, you know it'd be funny. Get another 2-run shot, and Holman would literally just kick himself on that one.
Yeah, no doubt.
So runner after getting drilled is done. Ray Patrick Ditter now coming in. No balls and 1 strike the count now. 0-2 for Ditter. Here's the pitch to him. And ouch, that got him. No play. Ooh, ouch. That got the catcher right there. And that's going to be a fielder's choice on a base hit. Good thing it didn't knock him out silly right there, because usually there's some guys that take headshots.
Yeah, and they go down flat.
Yeah, pretty much. Brandon Valenzuela coming in. That one is outside. 1 ball and no strikes to him. Boy, these Mission fans came out to see a ball game tonight. We are packed house. First and second, 1 away. 2-2 or tie.
That one is right there in the end for a strike, and it's 1-1. Boy, San Antonio may have lost last night in extra innings by 2-1 against Midland. But now it's another night of San Antonio giving the Rockhounds a whooping. Yeah, it sure is. It sure is, John. Boy, you sure making me laugh. Yeah, I know. That's a swing and a miss right there. The count now 2-2 as Valenzuela swings and misses after that one. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and they'll get him. So that's a strikeout. And that's going to bring up left fielder Corey Howell. Let's see if he could get a home run right here. Oh, that would be pretty good. That is lifted high in the air, up to right, and that will do it. 2 runs on 1 hit. No errors, 2 left on for San Antonio. Top of the 3rd, and we are deadlocked at 2. Go back here for more Texas League baseball as Shane McGuire leads it off for the 3rd inning for Midland. Top half of the 3rd inning for Midland right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Shane McGuire coming in as we start up the top of the 3rd. 9-1-2 due up for Midland. Strike inside on the 4-seamer. It's 0-1. Well, I think Omar Cruz is having a good night. Good night, right, Bob? Good night. That's right there. Boy, that brings in Drew Swift as he comes in now. 1-for-1 single in the 1st inning. Boy, pretty good night, but evidently with second baseman Lucas Dunn getting drilled in the back during that previous inning, I gotta say, I bet he's feeling a little bit sore and tender as well. Yeah, when you do get hit by a pitcher on the opposing side, then that's not really a good thing to think about. Yeah, not really. That's hit high in the air. Castellon getting up into the center makes a grab for out number 2.
The right fielder, number 9, Clark.
Right fielder is Clark Elliott, 0 for 1 strikeout in the first. That's high in the air, and that is out of play, 0-1. We're tied 2-2 here in this ball game. Top of the third for Midland. Here's the pitch. That's fouled off, and it's 0-2. Pretty good night for both sides, even though this will be a Friday evening where somebody takes this one, hit the Ditter, to De La Cruz. They end the inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody on for Midland, as we're 3.5, still tied at 2. And we're back here with Marcos Castellon as we lead it off with the third inning for San Antonio when we come back. We now head to the bottom of the third, right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Marcos Castellon coming in for San Antonio. Boy, swing and a miss at the 12-inch curve, and that is 0-1 to lead off the third. That is foul, and it's 0-2. Don't forget, next Friday night is our Big 5 premiere night of episodes. Love's new series, 6, 6:30, and 7 premieres a 3-episode event for the series premiere. Then, at 7:30, get ready for 2 back-to-back episodes of Horseback Riding Adventures. We're all new starting next Friday night at 6 p.m. right here to J. Baker Vlogs. 1-1 the count now to the center fielder, Joshua Mears. Here's the pitch. That is right there, 12-inch curve, and that's 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. 1-2. That is high fly foul and still hanging on. Holman looks in. Here's his pitch. And that is right there. Hit the third. Flip across the diamond. That's out number 2.
Now batting, first baseman, Michael.
First baseman Michael De La Cruz coming in now for San Antonio. He's the first baseman tonight. Through the entire season, De La Cruz played at first. So pretty much that's his favorite place. Here's pitch. Lined up to right. That's a base hit. Third baseman Graham Polly comes in, takes a strike inside. It's 0-1. Walk in the second. After a foul off on a 3-2 and misses one and gets ball 4. That one is drilled high in the air, in the right. It is gone. Boy, they get 2 more on the board. And San Antonio takes the lead. It's now 4-2. Boy, and he just whacked it right to the scoreboard. Yes, and we got to see that instant replay by Graham Polly. 383, 98.9 mile per hour exit velocity. Kai Murphy coming in as he takes a strike inside. It's 0-1. As last time up, the 2-run shot he had in the second inning. Boy, 1-for-1 of the evening for San Antonio. That one is fouled, and it's there, right there, and 0-2 the count now. That's a swing and a miss, and boy, chase a high one. Could have been a ball, but evidently that would do it. A Graham Polly gets 2 runs on a hit. 2-run shot to him as the third baseman gets one. And the Missions lead it by 4-2. Jack Winkler leads off the 4th when we come back. Top of the 4th inning for Midland right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Jack Winkler leads it off as we get set to go. Omar Cruz back to work. Fouls that one off. It's 0-1. Sun starting to break through the clouds over there in the horizon. Here's the 0-1. And that is fouled 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to Winkler. Here's the pitch. That is right there. Boy, that will get past the third baseman. And that's a no-out single on a base hit to left.
Boy, and he really missed that one, didn't he, John?
Yeah, he sure did. But evidently, I gotta say, that was a pretty good line drive up to the left for that base hit. Boy, tonight everybody getting that Taco Bell double play. So we saw back in the bottom of the first inning, just a very good Taco Bell play. The 0-1. That is high in the air, and that's going to get down for a base hit. So, Bob, you and your family, everybody's ready for the premieres next Friday?
Yeah, I gotta say, John, they are super excited to see you back and ready to go.
That is for sure, Bob. I cannot wait. Junior Perez coming in, first and second. Boy, and that is line foul, 0-1. Perez 1 for 1, single and a run for Midland. Here's a pitch to him. That's in for a strike. It's 0-2. Boy, just a big house of people that we have here tonight.
Always good to come out to a Friday night ball game.
Yep. 0-2. High pop up, and that is out of play. No balls, 2 strikes to count now to Junior Perez. 0-2. And that's going to be right there. Throw down to third just to make sure that he's not looking down there to steal the third base bag. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Get him down on strikes. Perez is out. And that's a K for San Antonio. K means strikeout. TJ Schofield Sam coming in for Midland. That is fouled, and it's 0-1. Just a pretty good night for our ball clubs here. San Antonio leading 2 against Midland. But evidently, the Rockhounds trying to catch up and capitalize on 2 more runs that may tie up to a ball game and stuff. No balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, runner 1 away. And that is fouled off and still hanging on. Do apologize. We have a aircraft evidently making a lot of noise. Even though we're not far from Lackland. Here's the 0-2. That's right there. Line drive. That's a base hit. Run in to score, as that will be a 4-3 ball game. But evidently, second and a run. And now is Brian Bovias as he comes in. Tying run 90 feet away. That's in for a strike. It's 0-1. 2-run shot back in the second inning for Midland. Boy, and San Antonio trying to hold a 1-run lead against them. 0-1. Down and in. And no advance from both second and third plates. But still, they are keeping them close, well at hand. 1 ball, 1 strike to Bovias. And that is lined right there. That's a base hit. And that's a tying run, and now we are deadlocked again at 4-4.
Second baseman,
Sahid Valenzuela coming in now. Now, Bob, do you think this could be a base hit derby or even a home run derby?
I don't know, John. Maybe it should be.
Sahid Valenzuela comes in, takes a curveball in for a strike at 0-1. Boy, this inning sure is getting long, and Evidently, the 4-2 lead that San Antonio had has evaporated. So, 2 runs come in this half inning. Another 2 on base. Midland has 5 and 6 on first and second. 1-1 to pitch. Down and in, 2-1.
2-1.
Well, again, pretty interesting as this ball game just continues to get pretty interesting. 2-1 to Valenzuela. And that's going to be right there. Done. Dinner to Michael De La Cruz. And they get them both. A Taco Bell double play. That ends the inning. But 2 runs come in on 3 hits. No errors, 2 left for Midland. We head to the bottom half of the 4th, and we're tied at 4. Second baseman Lucas Dunn will come in as we lead off the bottom of the 4th when we come back. Got ready to go for the bottom of the 4th for San Antonio right here on the Missions Baseball Network. Second baseman Lucas Dunn coming in now. Last time up, drilled by a pitch. Is ready. Down and in, 12-inch will miss outside, 1-0. Well, getting dark on this Friday night. It's also Labor Day weekend. Gotta say, John, yes it is. That one is hit high in the air. And that is foul. So 1-1 the count now to Dunn. Here's the pitch. And there's gonna be a base knock. Well, tied at 4, and now the tie-breaking run is Lucas Dunn. Ray Patrick Ditter coming in now as he'll be the next man up. Looked to first before the first pitch, and he's back in standing. That pitcher, Grant Holman, looking at first and making sure his guy ain't going anywhere.
Inside, ball 1.
It's outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Single in the second by Ditter. Just a gorgeous evening, sun going down. And a pitch. That's a swing and a miss right there. The count now 1-1. Well, it's about 30 minutes or at least 15. It will be dark. But we got a pretty good night. A baseball game going on for San Antonio. Labor Day weekend. How you like that? Right there, that's cut foul on a 12-inch, and it's 1-2. Love beautiful evenings. Right, Bob?
I gotta say, better than Tuesday and Wednesday games against Midland.
Yeah, I know. Tuesday night we saw some rain and thunderstorms. Wednesday was all clouds, so it was considered a cloudy day on that one.
Yeah, I gotta say, it was raining on Wednesday too. Parts of San Antonio getting those rainstorms.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Get him on strikes, and that is out number 1. As Ray Patrick Ditter gets struck out for the first one of the 4th. Brendan Valenzuela coming in. He's 0 for 1, strikeout in the second. Here's the pitch to him. That is a line shot up to left. And that's out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down. Runner still holding on at first.
The left fielder, Corey.
And that's going to bring up left fielder Corey Howell as he's 0 for 2 and 2 flyouts. Here's the pitch to him. And that is over the shortstop. And that could be extra bases. And that's going to be an RBI double by left fielder Corey Howell. And San Antonio will unbreak the tie. It's now 5-4 Missions. Marcos Castellon coming in now. Runner at second, 2 away. Run in to score. As that is chopped foul, and that will be a souvenir baseball for somebody. Nothing for 2 to Castellon. He's going to get down. That's a base hit. And they get him out easily as they'll tag him out at first. And that ends the inning. 2 runs come in on a couple of base hits, no errors, and nobody left on for San Antonio. Top of the 5th, it's the Mission 6, Rockhounds 4. Shane McGuire leads the 5th when we come back. It's San Antonio 6, Midland 4. About ready for the top of the 5th inning for Midland right now on the Missions Baseball Network. 2-run lead for San Antonio. Shane McGuire coming in. Takes that one outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Underway of the 5th inning here for Midland as he's 0 for 1. Shane McGuire line out in the 3rd inning. Evening. That one inside for a strike. It's 1-1. Hey, John, what time you headed up for the ranch? Well, my alarm clock goes off at 5 a.m. That one right there, shortstop Ditter. Throws across. De La Cruz gets it. Out number 1. So they're saying that there's possibility of scattered thunderstorms tomorrow around the area, but evidently, if we do get the rain, well, it is what it is. Right, Bob?
I gotta say, yeah, we do need the rain, and yes, we would love to have some fireworks for Saturday night.
Yeah, that would be really good. No balls, 1 strike to Drew Swift. Here's the pitch. That is foul, and it's 0-2. Don't have to go to work on Monday, Bob.
Well, that's even better. You get to celebrate the Labor Day Monday with all of us, and the horses are off on that day, so that's pretty good too.
High in the air, Castellon getting there, and that is out number 2.
The right fielder, number 9,
Clark Elliott coming in, 0 for 2, strikeout and a ground out to him. 2 away, nobody on. Top of the 5th, it is 6-4 San Antonio in this game.
0-1.
San Antonio looking for a W here tonight. They still need to keep things going. Line drive, that's a base hit. They'll hold the runner to a single, and they'll keep him there at first.
now batting, third baseman, Jack Winkler.
Third baseman is Jack Winkler for Midland. High pop-up. De La Cruz getting in front, camped under it, makes the grab, and that's a productive inning. No runs on a hit, no errors, one left on for Midland. As we're 5.5, San Antonio leads it 6-4. So back here as we get a new arm for Midland to lead off the bottom of the 5th when we come back. Bottom of the 5th for San Antonio, right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Right-hander Colin Palouse is getting called up to the mound now for Midland. And the scouting report says 93 on the four-seamer, slider, changeup, two-seam fastball for a new arm in relief. Well, the first one to greet him is center fielder Joshua Mears. He strides up, batting in the right-hand batter box. And did he hold up? No, he did not. Peeled down by Jeff Andrews. Says he went around. And that's a strike. It's 0-1. Here's a pitch to him, and that's in for a strike. It's 0-2. Activity in the bullpen as we have a couple of warm-uppers.
Ball, that's out.
That's outside. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's a pitch to him. That one is high and outside, 2-2. Just a beautiful evening, nice and warm. Gotta absolutely love being out here at the ball game.
Yeah, I sure do, John, and gotta say it's pretty good to come out to our favorite baseball stadium
here in San Antonio. That's right, Bob. We got West Creek Trail Rides just 15 minutes from here. They are a good horseback riding place that I really, really love. And hoping down the line when things do get better and inflation ends and middle-class Americans would have a lot of money, that's the one place I would rather help out, is helping them to take care of horses and make sure that they're fed and taken care of.
Did you have a dream about that last night, John?
Oh, yes, indeed. I had a pretty good dream about that. See, I was talking to the owner. His name is Dr. Ace Evans, and he's really good. He's one of my best friends out there at the ranch. I mean, we've known each other since January of this year. Third baseman Grant Polly, 2-run home run last time up. Boy, that one hits him, and he does not get on base that easily. Oh, I thought that he would have got on base, but anyway, pretty good. You see, I had a dream that I had $100,000, and evidently it was really good.
1 ball.
I
2
gave
strikes.
about 20 to 30,000 of that money towards Ace and his wife, and they took care of the horses. They got them hay bales. They got them almost anything that they needed. And they said, "Oh, well, you don't have to do that." I mean, well, I'm being nice, so yes, I want to help out the community as much as I can. I think it's a good helping hand and a good influence when you're doing that as well. Yeah, it sure is, John. You're a kind-hearted, sweet man. I mean, I've known you for, what, 3 years? 4? About 4. Here's the 3-2. That one popped up, pow, and it's still hanging on. But hopefully people will start helping in the community. And
Ball 4.
yeah, ball 4, Grand Polly will take a base. So far, don't forget, visit westcreektrailrides.com and get your $50 horseback trail guided trail ride any day of the week except Mondays. Here's a pitch. That one is in for a strike. It's 0-1. That must have been a pretty good dream there, John. I mean, if you had that much money and you wanted to help out that community, that would have been really good too. You know, Bob, I really hope that will be down the road from now. Yeah, I hope so. We're all praying for change. That's what all of us want. Yeah, for sure. Here's the 1-1. Right there, hit the first, and that ends the inning. So no runs on a hit, no errors, 1 left for San Antonio. Top of the 6th inning set to go, and it's 6-4 San Antonio. Now back here as Danny Batista Jr. will lead it off for Midland when we come back here in this one. Well, top of the 6th inning, about ready to go for Midland. Right now in the Missions Baseball Network. Well, Danny Batista Jr. coming in as we lead off the 6th for the Rockhounds. 4-5-6. Danny Batista Jr. will come in. Hits that one up to left center. That's a base hit. Well, he comes out of the bullpen and gets something going. Yeah, he sure does there, John.
Now back, the center fielder, Junior.
So the center fielder is Junior Perez. He'll lead the 5th hole batter position. Bats in the right-hand side, but a Taco Bell double play will get him out of this one. Omar Cruz coming in as he 64 pitches into this ball game. And did he hold up? No, peeled down by Andrews. That's a strike. It's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Runner at first, nobody out. Top of the 6th. That is fouled. It's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. The count now to Perez. And the pitch. That is fouled and still hanging on at 0-2. The pitch, and that is fouled, and that's behind the backstop now. Still hanging on at... No, excuse me. Get a little yawny here. No balls and 2 strikes to count. The pitch. Strike 3 in the center. Or should I say, would that be down low? It would be down low in the inside corner. Thank you, Bob. TJ Schofield Sam coming in. First, we're going to have a meeting on the mound, as pretty much Omar Cruz will be getting taken out of this one. Well, Bobby Malachy will get the start in a relief position for San Antonio. That would do for number 90. As he's taken out of this ball game, Omar Cruz did a pretty good job for San Antonio.
17.
Bobby Malachy coming in, 4-seam slider, changeup, cutter, curveball. But the fastest one of them all is that 4-seam fastball. Boy, he can strike you out without looking. You think he needs him glasses? Well, is that a rhetorical question? I think he does. TJ Schofield Sam will greet him up first. Pitch to him. High in the air up the center. Mears is under it. Makes the grab. Out number 2.
Now batting. The left fielder, Brian.
Left fielder is Brian Bovias. 2 for 2 home run single, 3 RBIs. For a pretty good night for San Antonio. If they can hold this lead to wherever it goes, that would be really good. Line up to center, that's a base hit. So 2-out single will put a runner in scoring position. So 2-1, 2-out here in this half inning. Zahid Valenzuela coming in now as he's ready to go. The pitch right there in the inside, and that's a strike. It's 0-1. Fly out and a ground out, 0 for 2 for Valenzuela. Boy, nighttime coming on us here on this Friday night. That is right there. Dunn will get him, and that is the final out here in this half inning. Well, no runs on 2 hits. No errors to left for Midland as we head to the bottom of the 6th on this Friday evening. It is 6-4 for the Missions. We're back here as the second baseman, Lucas Dunn, will get things going. We're back for more baseball straight ahead. Bottom half of the 6th inning for San Antonio right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Second baseman Lucas Dunn will get things started. 7-8-9 due up, half inning of 6. That one high and outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Lefty and a righty, Brady Basso, Gerson Moreno warming up for Midland as they'll be a call to the bullpen. 1-0. Swing and a miss right there, and it's 1-1. Boy, still plenty of time for San Antonio to pull away from Midland.
Outside, that's a ball.
That is outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Pretty good night from both teams here tonight. That one is hit high in the air. Up there to right as that was almost a base hit. And intervention of the right fielder came into place as he's getting that one for the out. Ray Patrick Ditter, the 8-hole batter, coming in. One away, nobody on. That one outside slider. It's a ball and no strikes. Ditter is 1 for 2 of the evening for San Antonio. That is fouled away. Still hanging on. Well, just a beautiful night. Moon is full. Sun going down, and yes, the sunset was beautiful tonight, right, Bob?
I gotta say, it was beautiful. I enjoy the beautiful sunsets. What about you?
Yes, I do. That is right there. Slider would get him, and that is out number 2.
Now
Brendan Valenzuela 0 for 2, strikeout and a lineout.
Valenzuela.
Boy, after the game, kids can run the bases here tonight. Nice after this ball game ends. Right there, as the third baseman gets it, shortstop will get him, and that ends the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left for San Antonio as we head to the 7th inning here tonight. Missions lead it 6-4. So Shane McGuire will lead it off for the 7th. When we come back, it's San Antonio 6, Midland 4. Top of the 7th inning for Midland right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, got to give our shout outs tonight for our best guys that are of our promotions. West Creek Trail Rides, Taco Bell, HEB, Henry's Puffy Tacos, Whataburger, and many more. Well, we lead off the 7th inning for Midland as they trail 2 against San Antonio in this game. Shane McGuire coming in as he'll get things started. 9-1-2 in the half inning of the order. That one is blistered, and boy, say goodbye to that one. It is gone. They get one back, and McGuire now a 6-5 ball game. Deep to right as that will hit our scoreboard. And it's a 6-5 ball game as Midland will trail a run. 366 foot, 105.3 miles per hour on the exit velocity. Well, that'll take us back to the top of the order for Midland. Drew Swift coming in. The pitch is high fly in out of here, and that's 0-1 the count. Well, gotta say, Midland takes on Wichita. San Antonio, after this week, will take on Tulsa. High in the air, Castellon being in Right field makes the grab, and that's out number one.
Clark Elliott.
Right fielder Clark Elliott coming in, 1-for-3 single in the fifth. A good game tonight. That is chopped foul. It's 0-1. You know, I can't wait until we approach our next season. It's going to be really good.
Yeah, I gotta say, John, all of us had fun over the summer. We're just super excited that we get to see these teams back in action.
Question is, Bob, that Arkansas and Tulsa doesn't come next year.
Yeah, I know, you're kind of disappointed about that and stuff.
You know, I really wanted to see San Antonio go up against Tulsa and Arkansas, because evidently that would have been a pretty good thing. Even though with Midland, Amarillo, Corpus Christi, and Frisco getting in, with Arkansas and Tulsa coming to their towns, San Antonio is the only one that Arkansas and Tulsa won't visit.
Well, I don't know, John. I mean, they haven't been here for the last couple of years, but hopefully 2026 they may think about it.
Well, I sure hope so. I mean, Major League Baseball needs to get their acts together and say, hey, we want Arkansas and Tulsa to go to San Antonio in 2026.
Well, sure hope they come back to good old Alamo City, San Antonio. That'd be really nice.
Dunn intercepts. Right there, Michael De La Cruz gets it. Out number two. You see, we've had the last 2 years without them being here. And how upsetting is that? I mean, I'd probably write a nasty little letter to the Padres organization and say, hey, look, you know, we've got 3 North Division teams coming to San Antonio: Springfield, Wichita, and Northwest Arkansas. How about the Travelers and the Tulsa Drillers? How about them? Do they get a choice to come here? I sure hope so. Here's a 1-0. Right there, swing and a miss, 1-1 the count now.
Well, John, I know you're upset about that, but next year is going to be a pretty good year, so let's just keep it at where we go from it.
Yeah, that is for sure. Right there, 1-2 the count now. That's a swing and a miss by Jack Winkler. Boy, full house tonight, right, Bob? Top of the 8th inning will say it all right there.
Very sure will.
Swing and a miss. Get them on strikes, and that will do it. Well, Shane McGuire gets one, and so far we are 6-5 as we head mid-half of 7th. And it's time to get up a stretch. San Antonio leads it 6-5. Corey Howell will get us up to the top of the lineup for San Antonio when we get ready to go here in this half inning.
Well, we're making our way to the bottom of the seventh for San Antonio right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Left fielder Corey Howell coming in as we lead off the seventh with him being in the right-hand batter box. That one outside slider, it's 1-0. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's 1-1.
1-1.
Boy, pretty good night. Missions lead 6-5. They still looking to get some more home runs to avoid getting caught down in this one. That is fouled off, 1-2. Midland trailing a run. San Antonio 6-5, bottom of 7. Again, fouls that one off. But still hanging on, 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2. Swing and a miss and get him down as Howell goes for the first time retired.
Now batting, right fielder,
Marcos Castellon is 1 for 3 and RBI with him tonight. And the pitch. Up the middle. Can't get a play on it. And nope, there ain't going to be nothing like that. So that's going to be a base hit. Joshua Mears coming in as he's ready to go. 0 for 3 of the night. Takes changeup outside, 1 ball, no strikes. 0 for 3, strikeout in the 5th. Here's a 1-0. That one is in, and the count now 1-1. Oh, Corpus Christi gets a nuller against Tulsa, so now it's tied with Amarillo and Corpus Christi at 50 wins apiece tonight. That is strike 3, swinging as Mears goes down on strikes.
now batting, first baseman,
First baseman Michael De La Cruz, 1 for 3. Boy, a single and an RBI on top of that as well. Here's the pitch. That is lifted high in the air, and that is dropping right there. That's a base hit. RBI triple comes in to score as De La Cruz would get to third. And it's now a 7-5 ball game. Man, I tell you one thing, he missed that ball, and boy, if they come around and score anymore, it's going to be huge for San Antonio here this evening. Yeah, it sure will be. Flying Chanclas 2 more times left of this year. We'll get to see them. Taking on the Springfield Cardinals Thursday and Friday in that series. No balls, 2 strikes to third baseman Graham Polly. 6-4. Northwest Arkansas leads 2 against Frisco. That is fouled off, and the count now is 0-2. Still hanging on. No balls, 2 strikes to Polly. Down and in, 1-2. Trying to make him chase on that fastball. Yeah, it sure is, John. 1-2. Chopped foul, still hanging. Great crowd we have here tonight. Seats are 99% full. Again, fouls that one off, still hanging on. One ball, 2 strikes to count now. Here's the pitch.
Changeup still hanging on.
Well, I bet they're making that guy tired. He is 48 pitches in this ball game.
That is lifted high in the air up to center, and that will do it here in this one. Michael De La Cruz gets an RBI triple, and it's 7-5 San Antonio as we go to the 8th. So back here is Danny Batista Jr. will lead it off when we come back. It's San Antonio 7, Midland 5.
Top of the 8th inning for Midland. Right now on the Missions Baseball Network.
Danny Batista Jr. coming in as he's set to go, but before we get this one going, pitching coach on his way to the mound now. As that's going to bring in Carter Lowen, a right-hander, now second in relief here tonight for San Antonio. 96 on a four-seamer, slider, cutter, changeup, sinker. And he's got 5 pitches in his arsenal. That's a great command of what he could use.
Yeah, for sure, John.
Batista Jr. comes in, takes a strike, and underway, top of the Midland half inning. 4, 5, and 6 due up in the half order for Midland. Swing and a miss, and that's a count now, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count now with the pitch to him. That is foul and still hanging on at 0-2. Well, temperature is dropping down a very nice, comfortable 84 degrees. That is high fly in the air, foul, and still hanging on at 0-2. Pretty good night, right, Bob?
Gotta say it is a good night, John.
0-2. That's right there. Line up to right. That's a base knock. Well, now the tying run. Still coming up to the plate. That's the fifth hole batter. And next one coming up is Junior Perez. Taco Bell double play will get you 2 free tacos up tonight, courtesy of our friends there at Taco Bell. Perez 1 for 3, single and a run. The 0-1. Swing and a miss outside.
0-2.
And it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to pitch. High in the air, and that is out of play. So foul ball on that. 0-2. One more time. Swing and a miss. Get him on strikes.
The batter, number 6, designated hitter,
TJ Schofield Sam coming in. He's 1 for 3. Carter Lowen now pitching in for San Antonio on the mound. Up to left field. That's a base hit robbed away from Midland. So that's 2 away.
Now back, the left fielder,
Brian Bovias coming in now, as he's a 3 for 3 in this ball game. He's had a home run, 2 singles, 3 RBIs of the night by Bovias. That is fouled off and still hanging on 0-1. 2 away, runner at first. 7-5 San Antonio. Hit to third baseman Polly. Will flip it to De La Cruz, and that's the inning. No runs on a hit, no errors. 1 left for Midland. 8.5 tonight. As we head for the bottom of the 8th, coming up 7-5 is our score. So we're back with a new arm coming up right after these commercial messages. Bottom half of the 8th inning for San Antonio right now in the Missions Baseball Network. Gerson Moreno coming in now. Four-seam is close to 100 mile per hour on that fastball, Bob. Yeah, it sure is, John. Slider, two-seam fastball, but evidently
Leading off
it's pretty good.
the designated hitter.
Designated hitter is Kai Murphy. Boy, 1 for 3. As he had that 2-run shot back in the second inning. 9,874. Pretty good crowd tonight, right, Bob?
I gotta say, John, absolutely right. It's a good crowd for a Friday night. And so far, really good.
That one high and outside, 2-1. No, I will say Sunday afternoon is our last game, and yes, we do have a 1-on-1 road travel with Tulsa, and then for a 6-game set with Springfield right after that week is concluded. Texas League regular season will start up. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Lucas Dunn on deck now for the Missions. And the pitch. That is right there. Line drive. And that is going to get down extra bases. Going to first, going to second. And not stopping. He wants 3. Is he in? He's safe. My goodness. He got in there ahead of the throw. We got to look at that again. That is a no-out triple for San Antonio's designated hitter, Kai Murphy. Yep, and he's safe right there. He was in ahead of the throw. Pretty good. Second baseman Lucas Dunn coming in as he takes a slider in, and it's 0-1. You know, this ball game is getting pretty interesting, right, Bob?
Yeah, it sure is, John.
Murphy out there at the third base area coming in, and boy, that's a real hack right there. 0-2 the count now. Brady Basso and Shohei Tomokia coming in. A lefty and a righty coming for Midland. Here's the pitch. And right there, strike 3 gets him down. The 8th run for San Antonio, 90 feet away. 1 for 3, single in the second. That is shortstop Ray Patrick Ditter. High pop-up right there. Running after it. Here comes the 8th run. And they'll score in the sacrifice fly, as it is now a 3-run lead for San Antonio on the RBI.
Now
Catcher is Brendan Valenzuela, 0 for 3, ground out in the 6th inning. I bet the whole team, I would say, got a good talking to by what happened last night.
Yeah, about the 2-1 loss and getting a double played on. Well, Midland did all that, right?
Man, it sure did. It was the bottom of the 13th as they tried to get in a tying run, but they get in, and boy, I tell you, that was not good for San Antonio last night.
Yeah, well, I will say, John, it's going to be a whole lot better as we get into the 9th inning.
Yeah, for sure. Boy, this ball game almost over tonight. 8-5 San Antonio. The Missions lead 3. High pop-up right there. Anybody. First baseman takes it himself, and that's the end of the 8th inning. So a run in to score on a sacrifice fly. No errors and nobody left on base for San Antonio. We head to the 9th inning as Saheed Valenzuela will lead it off. San Antonio leads it 8-5.
Top of the ninth inning, set to go for Midland as we head to the last of the ninth here in this ball game. Take it away, John.
Thank you, Bob. Zahid Valenzuela coming in, 8-9-1, due up for this last half inning for Midland.
Ball one.
Change up, down and in, 1 ball, no strikes here in this one. Time of our ball game for Saturday Night Baseball, 7:05. Sunday evening at 7:05 as well.
Inside ball.
That one is outside, 2 balls and no strikes to him. Here's a 2-0. That's a high pop-up right there. Left fielder Howell gets it and makes the grab for out number 1. Well, Valenzuela is one more time out of the ball game. Here's Shane McGuire. 1 for 3, solo shot. Last time up back in, I think it was the 7th inning. That's a swing and a miss right there. The count now is 0-1. Well, we got 2 more flying chocolate days, and evidently with the Springfield Cardinals being here in 2 weeks, be pretty good as well. That one is fouled off, and it's 0-2. A pretty good night for San Antonio. They hold a 3-run lead against Midland. That one is high in the air. Howell in left. Gets 2 for himself. And that is out number 2. Shortstop is Drew Swift. 1 for 4, single in the first. Last man up of this game. He's the last out for Midland. Coming in, swing and a miss right there. 0-1 as he misses that one. No balls and 1 strike. 2 away, nobody on. Top of the ninth, it's 8-5 San Antonio. Down to their final strike. Here's the pitch. That is high fly in the air, and that is foul. So still hanging on at 0-2. No balls. 2 strikes to count. Here's the pitch. High in the air up to left. Howell gets all 3, and that is it. And a victory for San Antonio on this Friday evening. Pretty good night for the mission trip, Bob.
Yeah, I gotta say, it was one heck of an evening.
Yeah, for sure. So that will pretty much do it for our ball game tonight. Been a pretty good one. Well, let's see. I don't know if Frisco will win this one here tonight. So we'll go ahead and get this taken care of. So Frisco will get a loss. Northwest Arkansas getting a win. So, yeah, everybody played tonight. Pretty good.
For the Rockhounds, 5 runs, 12 hits, no errors. They left 7 runners on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 43 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this evening. We remind you to please drive home safely.
Well, I got to say, tonight was a pretty good ball game for San Antonio. as Missions win 8-5 on this Friday evening. Well, everybody knows that tomorrow and Sunday are our last two games of the year against Midland. And yeah, so far we will be saying goodbye to these boys for the remainder of this current season. Missions get to deal with two North Division teams. They take on Tulsa out there at DCJ Field. Then Springfield will come to town. Kai Murphy, player of the game, 2 for 4, home run, 3 bases for him. Omar Cruz is a winner on the mound for San Antonio. Save will go to Carter Lowen. And the loss for Midland is Grant Holman. 7:05 our pitches as we get started with tomorrow night's ball game. And hopefully you guys will be here, and so far we'll be ready once we get things going. For all of us here in the Texas League, our final score, San Antonio 8, Midland 5. Have a good night, and we'll see you again soon.